Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to News Live on Rupavahini. I'm Faisal Bongzo, and right at the outset I must say it's a real pleasure to be back after 8 years when Rupavahini is celebrating their 44th anniversary. So a happy anniversary to Rupavahini Corporation, and it feels great to be on this news desk once again.
I'm Savitri Rodrigo, back at this seat after 24 years. It's been a long time, since 1988, but still, here we are celebrating our 44th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. And now, the headlines.
The Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation celebrates its 44th anniversary with gallantry, an international commendation on this unique occasion. IMF Managing Director is to visit Sri Lanka in the coming week. Around 8,000 Sri Lankans benefited in the first-year operation of the EBMD project. President Trump prepares to dispatch the second aircraft carrier vessel to the Middle East. India-Pakistan T20 World Cup match tomorrow.
For over 4 decades, the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has fulfilled its national mission of keeping the country informed of everything that makes the news of the day and maybe even the week. 44 years later, Rupavahini remains at the top of mind recall as being the voice of the nation.
Established by an Act of Parliament, the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation commenced broadcast on 15 February 1982. A gift from the government of Japan, the corporation became the pioneer of the country's television industry, introducing high standards and artistic excellence. As the official electronic communicator of the nation, SLRC remains constantly dedicated to fulfilling all responsibilities entrusted to it for social progress. To cater to the high aesthetic tastes of millions of viewers, the national television broadcasts programs across the channels, Rupavahini, Channel I and Netra TV. Producing content in all 3 languages, Sinhala, Tamil and English, the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation remains the leader and pioneer in both national and international live broadcasts. Furthermore, the corporation reforms a unique service towards the country's reconciliation process by contributing to the strengthening of mutual respect, harmony and trust among all communities. The Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation also holds distinction of being the communicator with the widest coverage area in the island. Equipped with modern technology, the institution's most valuable asset is its creative staff and producers endowed with innate talents. Having been honoured with numerous local and international awards, the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation continues to gift meaningful programs to its vast audience, past, present and future. Adapting to a changing society while preserving culture and tradition, the corporation operates as a successful trendsetter, fulfilling all its assigned responsibilities to the highest degree.
And yet with local news, religious ceremonies were held yesterday to invoke blessings on the country, the institution and the staff in celebration of the 44th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. These events were attended by officials and staff members of the corporation.
The preparation of the milk food offering to the Sambuddha Puja took place early this morning at Rupavahini Corporation premises. Following traditional customs, the offerings was made at the Sri Kalyana Dharmashrame on Bauddha Lokamawata. The Buddhist religious observations to mark the 44th anniversary were conducted under the guidance of the chief incumbent of the Dharmashrame, Venerable Mirihane Nandathera. Chairman of the Rupavahini Corporation, Gihan De Silva, along with the members of the senior management and staff, participated in the ceremony.
ඉතිබිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා විද්‍යාචරණ සංපන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝක.
Hindu religious observances were held at the Pudya Kaduration Kovil in Bambalapitiya, led by Brahma Sri Nagaraja Kurukkal. Islamic religious observations were held at the Davatagaha Mosque in Colombo 7, headed by the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Mayunuddin bin Mohammed. The prayers and religious proceedings were led by Maulavi Muhammad Iqbal. Catholic religious service to invoke blessings on the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation were held at the St. Aloysius Minor Seminary Chapel on Kingsley Road, Boralla. The Christian services were conducted with the participation of Reverend Father Jude Krishantha Fernando, Director of Social Communications Centre, Reverend Sudhita Sivanayagam, General Secretary to the National Christian Council, and several other clergymen.
We're going in for a mid-break. We'll be back with more news. Please stay with us.
Prima Kotumi, fun tamai.
Prima Kotumi hot and spicy cricket fun. KTM histanak sachet packet tuwe ඇති අංකය සඳහන් කර 23:43ට SMS කරන්න. රුපියල් මිලියනයක සුපිරි ත්‍යාගයක් සතිපතා රුපියල් 50,000 සහ රුපියල් 25,000 මුදල් තෑගි සහ දිනපතා රීලෝඩ් දිනා ගන්න. මාර්තු 15 දක්වා පමණයි.
Prima Kotumi, fun tamai.
ජාතික රූපවාහිනිය සහ මීගමුව සංචාරක සංගමයේ එක්ව සංවිධාන කරන ලංකාවේ දැවැන්තම වෙළඳ සැනකෙළිය. පෙබරවාරි 13 සිට 15 දක්වා මීගමුව බ්‍රවුන්ස් බීච් වෙරළ පරිශ්‍රයේදී ඇතුළු වීම නොමිලේ. පෙබරවාරි 13 DJ Music Night. පෙබරවාරි 14 චක්‍ර සංගීතයෙන් හැඩවන Valentine's Vibes යුග 3ක ආදරණීය ජනප්‍රිය කලාතරු සමග සජීවීව ජාතික රූපවාහිනිය. පෙබරවාරි 15 සකුරා ප්ලෑෂ් සමග සංගීත ගීතරු පිරිවරා. මෙවර ආදරවන්තයන්ගේ දිනය වෙනුවෙන් මීගමුව බ්‍රවුන්ස් බීච් පරිශ්‍රයේ දින 3ක ලංකාවේ දැවැන්තම වෙරළ සැනකෙළියට ඔබත් එන්න. වෙළඳ කුටි සඳහා විමසන්න 077 410යි 6024 077 254යි 9216.
දැන් ඔබ දකිනවා මේ ඉඟුරු අපි ගලයක් ගලවගෙන ආව පඳුරක් මේකෙදි ඉඟුරු මේ හිටවපු අලේ උඩට සහ හරහට තමයි වර්ධනය වෙන්නේ. ඒතකොට දැන් මෙතන අංකුරයක් එනවා මෙතනින් එහාට එන්නේ. දැන් මේ තියෙන මේකට අපි කියන ව්‍යාජ කඳ. මේකට කියනවා රයිසෝම. මේ ව්‍යාජ කඳෙන් එකතු කරන ආහාර තැම්පත් කරන්නේ මේ රයිසෝම වල. ඒතකොට මේක දැන් අපි වගාවකදී අපි කරනවා පසලනවා කියලා. පස් එකතු කරනවා. පස් කොට එකතු කරනවා. ඒ පස් එකතු කරද්දී මෙහා උඩට අල වර්ධනය වීමක් වෙනවා. එහෙමනම් අපි මේ බඳුනේදී බාගෙට පුරවගෙන මොකද කරන්නේ? අපි මේ බඳුන් මිශ්‍රණයම පස්සේ කාලෙකදී මේ පඳුර වටා එකතු කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ එකතු කරනකොට මේක හරහාට වගේම ඉහළ කොටස් සිරස්වත් අල බැහිම සිද්ධ වෙනවා. ඉතින් හොඳ අස්වැන්නක් ගන්න, හොඳ ප්‍රශස්ත අස්වැන්නක් ගන්න නම් අපි මේ විදිහේ උපක්‍රම පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ.
රන්නරු නැල්ල ස්වයං පෝෂිත දෙයක් සාරවත් හෙටක්.
I just want you චුට්ටක් බලන්න මා දිහා.
වෙනකාටවත් මලව් කරන්න එපා.
ඔබ සතුව මියුසික් වීඩියෝ තිබෙනවා නම් මෙන්න ඔබට අවස්ථාව. ඔබේ ගීත නිර්මාණයට අපින් ගුවන් කාලය අමතන්න 0.7 0.7 10යි 40යි 10.
Music Chart Show.
National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back. Now, today marks 44 years of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, and we're joined by two veterans of English news, Savitri Rodrigo and Faisal Bongzu. Natalia, isn't it an honor to be sharing the news desk today?
Indeed, Niket. It has been 44 long years that Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has been delivering the best to this nation. And as we move into our veterans, Faisal and Savitri, as Niket mentioned, we are truly honored to have you today in the newsroom, in the news studio. And moving to Faisal, how do you feel being back after nearly 8 years, but being a news reader in the English service here at Channel Live for more than 30 years?
Well, I'm elated to be here because this is just like coming home, and I'm happy to see most of my students also on the panel now. And I think we were definitely considered the best amongst the newsreaders when Savitri and I were there. I hope it's yet the same, because I think we maintain very high standards, and I do hope that all of you are maintaining the standards required, because I think it's very, very important, because the whole island looks at us and expects us to set an example. And I'm extremely happy to be back sharing the news desk with the two of you, and well, I wish the corporation all the very best in their future endeavors.
So, Savitri, is there anything you'd like to share from your time here at SLRC?
So SLRC started at a time when we had manual typewriters, yellow colored scripts, no teleprompters, and our news desk was in that corner with a blue chroma key. So we were told not to wear blue, remember, Faisal?
Yes, I remember that.
And on that blue chroma key was a map of map of the world. That's all we had. So it was as primitive as it came, but we had a superb team, and they really did great. Every time there was a new technology introduced, it was at Rupavahini. So being the national television, I think, also had some responsibility. So we were all made to ensure that that responsibility was carried out. Whatever we put out from Rupavahini was always spot on.
And actually, that's ample testimony. If you just look at the people who have been working here at Rupavahini from the 80s right up to maybe the 2000s, it's all of us probably have been excelling in our particular fields. It's not blowing our own trumpets, but it's ample testimony, because I think that's what's important, because when you are in a place like Rupavahini Corporation, I mean, you're given the best training. I'm sure you all have to endorse that, and that's exactly what we got here. And it's an utmost pleasure to be here sharing this moment when Rupavahini is celebrating their 44th anniversary.
As you did mention, a lot of youngsters are watching us, and they are looking forward to what we deliver to them, especially getting to you, the seniors, the veterans in the field. We grew up looking at you and learning from you. So what are your thoughts on this anniversary day as we step into the 45th year today at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation? What are your thoughts that we would like to share with our youngsters who are watching news today?
Well, I want you to take this very seriously. You've got to be passionate, and you've got to work with commitment, because it's just not delivering the news. It means much more. You've got to be abreast with what's happening around the world, because I think everything is changing, right? It's on a very fast pace. And I can also advise all of you that you should move forward, because I mean, Savitri and I have not stuck to just one thing. We've moved forward, because being behind that desk is not enough. You've got to go there. I mean, sky's the limit. So I would like all of you all, this is the right stepping stone. Rupavahini is the best. It will be the best as always. So maintain that elite position we have always been holding, and move forward and shine for the sake of the corporation. And I understand this year we did get a couple of top awards, right? And so it's very important. Being a recipient of an award is ample testimony that you are delivering the best. So both of you, you're pretty young, and I think you can do your very best and make the corporation reach the helm. It is already at the helm, but let it be there forever.
So, like Faisal mentioned, we are living in a day where everything is changing. So, Savitri, if I may ask now, as Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation moves forward in this day of social media and instant content, what should we keep in mind as the national television?
Put out news with responsibility, make sure there's integrity, and make sure it's relevant. When you put out the news, make sure that you don't put out news that is not verified. I'm sure the team here verifies all the news. Also to make sure that the language we deliver the news in is good. Children learn English by watching news. Don't think that everybody knows English. We know that there were children who used to watch the news just to learn English. So when we speak, we have to speak properly. Now there is no excuse for bad English. When you are delivering the news, normal circumstances, it doesn't matter. But if you are doing English, Sinhala, Tamil, your language has to be spot on. So simply deliver good news responsibly and with integrity.
Right, so with that, it's very important to highlight the responsibility as the national television. So thank you, both of you, so much for joining us as we celebrate this momentous occasion.
And it has been a pleasure. Thank you once again, Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. We are family, and thank you for inviting us.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for being here. It's truly an honor for both of us and all of us at Rupavahini Corporation to have the two of you today at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. And with that, we move on to more news. And Todankaslam, the post office in the Kurunegala district, was declared open yesterday. Construction on this project had got underway on the 7th of September last year. This was the first post office in history to be constructed within the shortest period.
Minister of Health and Mass Media, Dr. Nalinda Jatisa, has praised over the opening ceremony of the new post office. The government has taken measures to modernize and streamline local post service with a history of more than 200 years under the theme of the manifesto, Thriving Nation, Beautiful Country. A sum of nearly 13 million rupees has been spent on the construction. The Dodangasland post office has been maintained in a private building under rent basis since the year 1989. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jatisa said it was a pleasure to have had the opportunity to work with the Postal Department, noting that when the government operates with a clear vision, policy framework and structured program, the department has demonstrated how swiftly and efficiently public officials can deliver results. He commended the leadership of the Postmaster General and the entire team for taking on challenges and targets set for the past year, carrying out what he described as a major operation. He further stated that despite obstacles caused by Cyclone Storm Ditwa towards the end of November, the department had now developed the capacity to ensure maximum utilization of the allocations made for the previous year. Declaring open the fully fledged Nagolagama post office in Kudunagal district with ultra-modern facilities has also taken place yesterday under the leadership of Minister Dr. Nalinda Jatisa. Cost of the construction of the post office was more than 13 million rupees.
IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva is scheduled to visit Sri Lanka next week. This is the Managing Director's first visit to the country since the 2023 financial agreement was established. The visit follows the recent impact of Cyclone Ditwa on the country's infrastructure and economy.
The schedule includes meeting with President Anurakumara Dissanayake and officials from the Ministry of Finance. The discussions will focus on the progress of the extended fund facility and the use of the $206 million emergency fund recently allocated. Georgieva will also visit areas affected by the cyclone to observe the status of recovery efforts. The data gathered during the visit will be utilized in the upcoming fifth review of the bailout program, which was previously rescheduled to early 2026.
In the meantime, 8,027 persons have received benefits in the first year of operation at the EBMD project introduced for overseas Sri Lankan nationals.
The government's digital transformation drive has achieved a significant milestone with the successful implementation of the electronic birth, marriage and death (EBMD) system across Sri Lanka's overseas missions, enabling thousands of citizens living abroad to obtain vital civil documents swiftly and efficiently. The initiative, which was launched following a successful pilot phase in early 2025, was broad-based since 7th of February of the year, extending facilities to 62 Sri Lankan embassies and high commissions worldwide. The certificates issued have a legal validation. The program has been of immense consolation to many Sri Lankans abroad in need of certificates to engage in their employment, educational activities, and immigration and emigration purposes.
As the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation completes 44 years, it has been able to receive international honour once again.
This award was received as another appreciation for the pioneering mission taken by the national television to introduce artificial intelligence to the television field of this country. Gamini Bandara Manikdivela won this award on behalf of National Rupavahini at the International Artificial Intelligence Conference.
The conference was held in Colombo yesterday. Many local and foreign university lecturers and professors participated in this occasion. The Multidisciplinary Artificial Intelligence Research Unit or MARC Institute, University of Peradeniya, GAPSQ Institute and UNICAP Institute had organized the conference together. Beyond artificial intelligence technology was the theme of the year's conference. Research papers of local university and foreign university scholars and professors were taken for discussion at the conference. Research papers regarding the use of artificial intelligence technology for digital economic strategies, food security, health, agriculture, transport, emergency disasters, weather and climate change had been presented for these. Several agreements for research were also signed at the conference. Awards were received by 2 best research papers and an appreciation paper during conference. The award for Best Artificial Intelligence Innovation Research Paper for the health sector were received by 2 individuals, Engineer Thavindu Samaranayaka and Engineer Tharindra Navaratna. The Appreciation Award for the Theoretical Artificial Intelligence Research Paper was presented for the research paper submitted by Professor Parakrama Ekanayaka and Professor Vijitha Herath. The Pioneering Appreciation Paper Award for expanding technical limits and preparing paths for future innovations in electronic television, advertising and live media was presented to National Rupavahini's Gamini Bandara Manikdivela.
The Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation's national news telecast delivered for the very first time a live news broadcast powered by AI technology, marking a pioneering moment not only nationally but also within the regional broadcasting landscape. It is with great pride that we present this award of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Mr. R.B.G. Manikdivela. Please join me in congratulating him on this.
This is the only appreciation presented outside the university field at the International Artificial Intelligence Research Conference.
Who adopt with digital transformation, going to the very epicenter of our economies. You take a decade back or 2 decades back, connectivity technology, for instance, or computing. Yes, great. Those countries which had those, they were on the right side of the digital divide and they progressed a little faster than others. But now these technologies are in the very epicenter, at the heart of our economy.
Professor Janaka Ekanayaka presented the research papers of the conference for the International Conference Office, while Professor Rohan Ranavana of the National Artificial Intelligence Committee, Vice Chancellor of University of Peradeniya, Terence Madhujit, and a group including university's lecturers and professors participated in this occasion.
Today is the Valentine's Day, a day dedicated to lovers across the globe.
The origins of Valentine's Day date back to ancient Rome. According to folk's law, Emperor Claudius II ordered the execution of Saint Valentine, a priest who performed sacred marriages for soldiers. Since then, the day has been commemorated as Valentine's Day. Priest Valentine is etched in history as a symbol of love and sacrifice. Over the centuries, this day has evolved from religious observance into a global and cultural commercial celebration. The Valentine's Vibe program, organized by the national television in connection with the Valentine's Day, was held at the Browns Beach, Negombo today. A group of artists representing 3 generations attended the event and special programs were conducted on their behalf. The event was also attended by Chairman of SLRC Gihan De Silva, Director General Manojan Adichan Amarasinghe and other high-ranking officials. In anticipation of Valentine's Day celebrations, flower shops in the Colombo Town Hall area were seen crowded last night, with scores of people arriving to purchase roses.
And now for an update on the weather. Showers will occur at times in the central and Uva provinces as well as in Ampara and the Hambantota districts. Early heavy falls, about 50 millimeters, are likely at some places in these areas. Several spells of showers may occur in the northern and north central provinces and in the Trincomalee and Bariclo districts. Showers or panda showers will occur at several places elsewhere, and fairly heavy showers of about 75 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces as well as in the Gaul and Mathura districts. And that's all we have from home. Stay tuned for foreign news coming up next.
Tensions in the Middle East are reaching a new flashpoint as United States President Donald Trump announces the deployment of a second aircraft carrier to the region. Speaking from the White House, the president confirmed that the U.S. Gerald R. Ford will soon join the USS Abraham Lincoln in a significant show of military force aimed at increasing pressure on Tehran.
This move follows a period of heightened friction over Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs and comes under just days after a high-level meeting between US and Israeli leadership. In his address on Friday, President Trump stated that the USS Gerald Ford would be transitioning from its current position in the Caribbean to the Middle East to ensure the United States has a massive force ready if needed. While the president expressed optimism that ongoing negotiations in Oman could still be successful, he issued a stern warning that it would be a bad day for Iran if a deal is not reached. The military build-up follows the Midnight Hammer operation last June, where US and Israeli forces targeted Iran nuclear sites.
Sports news for tonight. The Indian cricket team, which has arrived in Sri Lanka to participate in the match against Pakistan at the World Cup T20 cricket tournament, was engaged in warm-up sessions this afternoon.
The Indo-Pakistan T20 cricket fixture is scheduled to be played at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo tomorrow. India and Pakistan compete in the World Cup tournament under A category. Surya Kumar Yadav captains the Indian team in this World Cup series. The team is comprised of 41 members including players and officials. The Sri Lankan cricket has arranged a special program to welcome the Indian team and they've accorded high security as well. 35,000 spectators are accommodated to watch the match at R. Premadasa Stadium. All tickets have already been sold.
And that's all the news we have for today. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate 44 years of excellence here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. See you at the very same time tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.